Hi there. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is rated for those aged 18 and older, as we do cover mature topics on occasion and swear often. So if you shouldn't handle these topics, click the fuck off right now. And, all you motherfuckers still here, enjoy the show.
Yeah, but y'all are coming through just fine, so,
Oh god!
Oh god, you peaked like crazy there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to, make sure that, I'm able to be heard, because that's another thing that I've had problems with, is that I'm apparently too quiet on it, but y'all are like...
7 years ago! Morpheus drinking a 40 in a death basket.
This episode on the Chaotically Queer podcast. Welcome to the Chaotically Queer podcast, everyone. Hi.
Did we get there?
Yep.
God damn, that was smooth. Welcome to the Chaotically Queer podcast, the podcast where 3 queer voice actors talk about the things that interest us and sometimes even lose that damn 4th Chaos Emerald.
Okay, so we do actually...
Missy, it was one time. It was one time.
Okay, so we do have a slogan for the podcast now? Is this how it's working?
Yeah, it just changes.
I figured New Year at the very least, tell people what we're about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Wow, we haven't done one of these.
And we may have lost that damn 4th Chaos Emerald one time, but it was a really funny time.
It was a really good time, honestly. But also, wow, we haven't done this in, God, I want to say, yeah, we haven't done one since, January.
Things have changed since then!
That's because I've been dealing with moving bullshit, so...
Yes, I was gonna say, how was that whole nonsense with moving?
Stressful, but I'm happy to be here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we love that. Because, you didn't get your booth until, last week, didn't you?
Yeah, because the movers were taking a while to get the stuff that we put in the moving van, over to us, and so, I was pretty much stumped on, recording stuff, so...
We love it. We don't love it, actually, but,
How do we stop a voice actor? Make sure they can't record anything.
Yeah, just, don't even worry about it. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, I'm here, booth set up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would be kind of interesting to hear the difference without your booth in place if you were doing it this week.
Right. No, I'm stuck in my booth. Fuck you.
I think so. Chloe, you say that, but I think editor Chloe would lose brain cells.
Oh, yeah, editor Chloe would absolutely just be like, "You're making this harder for me, past Chloe, what the fuck?" I guess, in my own personal life,
Hang on, let me turn on more echo on my mic so I can match.
But, yeah, fucking, I survived a cyclone 2 weeks ago. That's something interesting that happened to me.
Let's go!
Yeah, well, I say a cyclone, but it went from, a category 2 cyclone and degraded over time to the point where it stalled so badly that, by the time it landed, it was just a tropical storm.
Dang.
Yeah, we still had wild weather for, about, 3 or 4 days, and most of my street was without power. I was on the borderline on my street of not having power, and it was flickering on and off a lot when the bulk of the storm hit.
Buh.
And,
Yeah.
Just realizing...
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, and waking up to, most of your street without power, and you just being all oh my god, I was that close to not having power, that's spooky. It does something to you.
I bet.
Yeah. I mean, where I am, and I'm not doxing myself here.
Yeah, don't.
Where I am, it just happens that once the side of the street that I'm on, and the side of the street that, and the houses on the other side of the street, are on two separate power grids. So sometimes, like, the opposite side of the street will just lose power, or I'll lose power and see the lights perfectly on and well on just on the other side of the street.
Move. Wild, honestly.
Very cosmically funny.
Right.
Just, not funny, haha. Funny, why?
So, I think that's a good segue to talk about a movie we watched together.
What,
yeah.
cosmically, why?
Yeah, I guess that is.
We actually watched a couple.
This
We
is
only
true.
watched one Ghibli film. Or did we watch... Was there another one we watched? I mean, we did do Sonic 3, didn't we?
Yeah,
Wait,
and also Ghibli.
Sonic 3 was between the last podcast? God,
Yes.
fucking time!
Yes, that's the... Spoilers for later on. That is the Melissa finally watched a thing for this podcast.
Yes.
But we watched Ghibli.
Yes,
In particular,
we watched
Princess Mononoke.
which is funny because next Friday they're doing an IMAX screening of it, and I am probably going, so...
Rad.
Nice, nice. I wish we had IMAX close to where I live, but it's kind of a bummer, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like our collective thoughts on Mononoke, Melissa, your thoughts? Seeing as you're the one that's never seen it before?
Right, I was the only one who had never seen this before we all sat down to watch it. I love it. I really do. It's really good. It doesn't dethrone Kiki's Delivery Service in my ranking, but it's really freaking good.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's my... For me, it's my current favorite in the ranking.
And we knew this, yeah.
Yeah, Mononoke is an absolutely... It's probably Miyazaki's biggest film, I'd argue. And what I mean by that is it's the largest in scale. Like, this feels like an epic. And
Yeah.
and when you do like kind of these larger than life epics as like in the form of movies, there's obviously going to be a lot of risks. So the fact that everything in this movie I think is pulled off to perfection is kind of a fucking miracle, especially considering this is a lot longer than most animated films and even Ghibli films at the time were. So
And I was gonna say, it doesn't feel like it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, no,
say, this is like the longest Ghibli movie of the marathon to date, if I'm recalling correctly.
And it never drags. There's never a moment where it loses steam. It, like, every scene has a point, even if it's like it's just a small bit of dialogue that's relevant later. Every scene has a point, and as a result, it moves at such a brisk pace that you don't even realize like damn near 2.5 hours fly by.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
by the
for
time
reals.
the credits roll, you're just like, oh my god, that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my thoughts on it are kind of similar to, like, in terms of ranking. It's not beating Whisper of the Heart for me just yet, but it is, like, second best at this point.
I find it funny where we all have different movies as our number one at this point.
But we all have, like, the same three, just in different orders. Because, like, at number one for Jazzy, you have it at the top, I have Whisper at the Heart at the top, and Missy has Kiki at the very top. But all three of them are at different rankings for, like, all of us.
Right. Like,
Which like goes to show the strength of those three films in particular.
Very much
It's
so.
just which one stands out to each of us subjectively.
Like, this is a movie that I also think nostalgia plays a big part in Mononoke. I watched it, like, religiously in middle and high school, so... This was probably the Ghibli film I've rewatched the most times, so...
That tracks, actually, yeah.
So I think I'll always have that attachment to it, and the thing is, I never get sick of it. Like, from the moment the first shot happens, and if you're watching the dub, Keith David narrates, I'm already, like, all in. Then again, I think a beginning Keith David narration already sets a strong precedent.
Yeah, for reals. No, I loved how the film it was not afraid to give very nuanced characters. Like characters who you have a love and hate relationship with.
Right, like there's antagonists, but they're still like understandable characters, and they're not entirely malicious.
Yeah.
Like I think the most morally bankrupt character is the fucking Billy Bob Thornton monk, but that's about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Mm.
even the least redeemable character is is portrayed as like a funny little guy.
Like even he has morals. Like
Yeah,
he forms a friendship with Ashitaka and is the first to say, "Don't shoot that child."
yeah,
It goes to show there's not a character who's entirely evil, but there's also no character, I'd argue, who's entirely like 100% pure good either. Like
yeah.
everyone has their pros and cons as characters, and I find that makes the overall struggle of nature versus industry kind of interesting.
Yeah, and it's also just like it's in its own way, it's also like a coming of age movie, especially
Mhm.
at least the way I read it around Ashitaka leaving his village and seeing people being manipulative and putting some and making deliberate choices to put some values above others, you know?
Mhm.
Mm.
Actually, I take that back. There is one pure good character, and that was Jada Pinkett Smith's character who just wanted dick. So, so you know
Ha!
what, Queen?
That's definitely one way of describing it. But yeah, you remember what I was talking about in the Palm Poker one, like a few episodes back, where I said there's a movie that does the themes of like nature versus modern society in terms of like balancing like humans and like nature and everything like that. This is the movie that does those themes that Palm Poker was trying to do, but really kind of did not do it all that well in that movie.
It's funny because it's a longer movie than Pompoko, but it didn't feel as long as Pompoko.
Pompoko felt longer than this movie.
Like that is a movie that drags so much ass. Like
I looked at I had the same moment during both Pompoko and Mononoke for completely different reasons. I looked at uh I looked at my watch and I saw half an hour left of Pompoko and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this movie goes on for another half hour." I looked at my watch while watching Mononoke with half an hour left and I'm like, "How are they going to wrap this up in only half an hour?"
right. It does such a good job at setting up the story, the stakes, and getting you invested because these characters are all so interesting.
It's a wonderful slow burn.
Mm-hmm. And also the dub is probably one of the strongest for Ghibli films, especially in regards to performances. I think every actor does an outstanding job, and I think there's a nice mix of celebrity talent and actual voiceover talent as well. There's one of the major recurring characters throughout the film. The Eboshi's guard is played by fucking John DiMaggio. So
Yeah,
I
and like
forgot
it took
that.
me a little bit
Yes.
to notice that because like I'm fucking he's not doing
it,
it's one of those where it's
I
just like I couldn't tell immediately.
It's funny because as a kid, I recognized it was him right away because I played a lot of Gears of War back in the day, and the voice he uses for this guy is the same as his character in Gears of War. So,
That
Ah,
makes sense. I didn't play Gears of War as a kid.
hmm so yeah, there was yeah, that was, and especially when he yells, it's like, oh god, it's Marcus Phoenix screaming at people like he always does.
Wild how you can just pick that out from that particular voice. It's just like, ah, shit.
hmm But yeah, no,
Then again, I immediately heard Keith David, and I'm just like, oh, fucking every single voice I've heard of it just came flooding back to me.
yeah.
I remember back in my college years when I watched the movie Watchmen for the first time, and I found it funny that Ashitaka was playing the big blue penis man, so because it was Billy Crudup.
Wild.
Why is everything silent?
Just
I've never seen it.
trying to process what you said about the blue penis man.
That's what he is.
I can't. I have no space to judge. I don't know Watchmen.
And that's
This
definitely...
is one of those blind spots. Say it with me, everyone. Missy hasn't seen it.
Also, I may or may not have simped for Mini Driver as a Boshi in the past. I will not confirm or deny anything.
I don't blame you. She's the character who I love and I hate the most.
Oh, she's great. She's a great antagonist.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what she wants and what she wants to do is like evil, but the character's entire motivation is like like wanting to protect her people is genuinely noble. So
Yeah.
but like she's not it would have been so easy to make this character such a stock cartoony bad
Piece
villain,
of shit, yeah.
like, but they didn't go that direction, and I think that makes it interesting because there were a lot of animated films at the time Mononoke came out that were very much trying to do like, you know, pro-environmentalism stories, but all they ever their way of doing that typically was just nature good, industry evil, which fine.
I mean, I even look back to like older Ghibli films.
Mm-hmm. Like even
that,
Nausicaa,
like
Nausicaa was slightly guilty of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first movie where it's felt like it actually kind of is trying to do that and not trying to be either preachy or being very overtly silly about the idea.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I mean, even then, like, the monk character is still like
he just
the
wants
least
money.
Redeemable. Yeah, pretty much.
He's
got the simplest motivation for better and worse.
Yeah, he just wants money. That's the deal.
Meanwhile, Iboshi's entire thing is just like, I just want to kill a god because why not?
Who's killed a god before?
Well, also because, like, the Emperor is demanding her, otherwise, like, the town's, like, royally fucked. But, hey, why not?
Her town was also going to be royally fucked if she didn't.
Right. But, hey, why not flex the fact that you're about to kill a god?
Yeah.
The ultimate, the ultimate gaslight gatekeep girl boss moment.
Yes.
Yeah. Good movie.
Yeah. I love it. It's my personal favorite of what we've watched so far, though. It's going to take a couple movies for it to get dethroned, so.
The big three Ghibli films, I'm going to say it again. The big three Ghibli films that I had heard about but not watched before we started this whole thing were Mononoke, Spirited Away, and Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, you're gonna be excited for the next few movies after the next one.
I have now seen the first of the three.
Oh yeah. But yeah, very very good movie.
Yeah, and you'll be able to cross off the other two after the next one, which is My Neighbors the Yamadas, which I have not seen since the first time I watched it like 10 years ago. So it's gonna be interesting for me.
That's a good fillery movie, I'll say. So.
Is it another Takahata film?
Yes, it is his penultimate film, in fact.
Right, because like it's this, and then it's The Tale of Princess Kaguya.
Yeah. After this film, he spent pretty much most of the rest of his life working on Kaguya. So.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was a movie like over a decade in the making. So.
Oh boy, and given how it looks and everything like that, it definitely looks like it's a decade-long Ghibli film.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Speaking of movies, we watched Jazzy play Sonic 06.
Well, you forgot one thing. Prerequisite podcast Ghibli ranking.
Oh yes.
As
I said before, Mononoke now sits at number 2. Previously, Whisper of the Heart was at number 2. It is now at number 3. Kiki is still at number 1 for me.
Yep, so it goes Grave, Palm Poker, Nazca, Ocean Waves, Only Yesterday, Porco Rosso, Castle in the Sky, My Neighbor Totoro. Do we want to put... Oh, God, okay. Do we want to put Mononoke between Kiki and Whisper of the Heart, or just below Kiki?
I wouldn't object to between.
Okay, then it's Kiki, Mononoke, Whisper of the Heart.
So
excellent.
So yeah, you mentioned watching me play Sonic 06.
Yeah, that happened during that whole period since we did the last podcast as well.
Oh god, that was a miserable stream. I'm never doing a subscriber goal stream like that ever again. Like,
well, you mean a series of streams, because like the stream where we were on was actually pretty chill, all things considered.
Oh yeah, like that. Surprisingly, the last level didn't go as bad as I thought it was going to, and it ended with a decent final boss. So what do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, funny how that works.
We're just that good.
But everything before that was fucking awful.
Yeah, I have never seen you scream and rage like that on a stream before, and oh my god.
Yeah, no, I was not happy.
Yeah, I could tell you weren't happy. But hey, yeah, in future note for future Jazzy, only promise to play good games for subscriber goals.
Speaking of playing games, I decided to start my own little game marathon going on, and I thought, why not? And I thought just 2 seconds ago, why not share my opinions of each game as I go through it on the podcast?
Please.
So I decided, as a massive Final Fantasy fan, I should go through all the games.
Oh, that's why I see on the activity thing on Discord, I see Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, Jazzy's playing Final Fantasy. That's interesting.
So prior to this podcast, I managed to play and beat Final Fantasies 1 and 2.
Ones that I know nothing about.
So 1 is an interesting game because it's based. You could argue it's Final Fantasy in name only. It shares so few commonalities with the rest of the series. It's more a Dungeons.
It's wild because it's the first.
Right, it's more a Dungeons and Dragons inspired affair. There are a few things that would come back. There were a few like things they introduced that would come back in franchises, like specific music tunes, like Prelude, Theme of Final Fantasy, and the Victory tune would all be used across the series after this point. But there's no chocobos, there's not a character named Sid. Like, the plot does revolve around...
Sorry to tell you, you are Sidless.
Yeah, unfortunately. There's no Moogles, so, but that'll take a bit before we get Moogles. Like, it is very much an in-name only Final Fantasy game in some respects, and I kind of love it, the first game, for that. I think it has a charming simplicity that's kind of hard to resist.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that checks out.
It's kind of fun to make your own party at the beginning, name them after you and your friends, and then just go on this adventure that just starts off with rescuing a princess, but later, like, grows into this big quest to save the world.
Is it a Final Fantasy game if you don't kill God?
Well, you kill a god.
Kill a god, okay.
Yeah, like, the final boss is Chaos, and it's probably the low point of the game. I hate that fucking fight. Chaos is the worst bit of the game, because his pattern is he has no consistent pattern. There's no, like, sometimes the hit values... Sometimes the hit values are piss, but sometimes they are near insta-kill. There's no consistency with him, and I hate him. I hate him so much.
Fun.
I could say the fight is chaos.
Yeah. Garbage fight. I hate it. Like the game, though. The game's good.
It really
but then you have Final Fan... Oh, go ahead.
It really does feel like one of those where it's just like, oh yeah, this is like, definitely a first in a series, which is fitting because, like, because known lore is that this was Square's final attempt to actually make, like, a game before they were shut down. If Final Fantasy failed, Square that we have today would not exist.
Right. So it was... I can see how this is the game that finally caught on. There's a lot... there's a lot charming about it, and I've played different versions of this game throughout the years. I played the Pixel remaster for this playthrough, which is a great version, by the way. I have played the versions like the PS1 version via Final Fantasy Origins, and even the NES version, so I am very familiar with FF1 at this point. And
Hell yeah.
And yeah, it's good. It's good. And I'm glad that Final Fantasy allowed Square Enix to get back the goodwill that they have lost, only for them to piss it away immediately with Final Fantasy 2.
Oh no.
Because holy shit, Final Fantasy 2 was bad.
Oh no.
Now, in fairness, later versions of Final Fantasy 2 have done a lot of turd polishing. The problem is you're polishing a turd.
Oof.
The level up system is garbage. I don't particularly like the characters, and while I think the story's interesting, and a bit more, and pretty ambitious for the era it came out, it's also very boring.
Oh no, that's the worst thing a game could be.
Right. The level up system's a mess, even with later versions allowing you to basically cheese it. And I did, because fuck this level up. I did that almost immediately once I realized what this level up system is.
Ooh.
Basically, you don't level up traditionally. You don't gain experience and like level up. Basically, what happens is your stats level up the more you utilize them? ?
What?
Like, okay, if you swing your sword at an enemy, you're getting experience in your sword stat, I guess. But, like, that's only for that, but you're only getting experience in that weapon, so pick a weapon for each party member to use and have them level it up the entire game, because that's the only weapon type they should be using. Oh, and how about spells? You don't get to upgrade and earn different versions of spells. No, you have to cast them for them to slowly upgrade and get more powerful over time. It's awful.
Yeah, I know a lot of people really don't like the system in in FF2, which is fair.
And I would ignore the magic entirely, except there's one teensy-weensy little problem. All the bosses have high physical defense! All of them. All of them have high physical defense to the point where some physical attacks will do 0 damage on them. Are the dungeons fun? Are the dungeons fun to explore? No! No! Why would you think that?
Because they're dungeons!
Nope, all of them are bad. There's a lot of doors in each dungeons that lead to square rooms with nothing in them. I swear to God, I saw more square rooms with nothing in them than I'd care to count. I know the company's called Square, but fuck you.
Square Enix, more like Square Enough.
I guess I could list some positives in this rant against this terrible fucking game I hate. Music's good. Nobuo Uematsu does a great job as usual. The remixes on Pixel Remaster are out fucking standing.
Nice.
They introduced chocobos. We finally have chocobos.
We got there, everybody.
And I barely use them.
We'll save them for later, everybody.
And the Emperor is kind of an extra as fuck villain. You kind of kill him at one point, but his soul is sent to hell.
You kind of kill him.
Yeah, but his soul his soul is sent to hell, where he then usurps the devil, gains his power, and crawls back in up to the surface just to fucking kill you.
Sounds like short-sighted playing to me.
You know what?
I kind of laughed at just how extra this was. But oh, I managed to find the best sword in the game to use against him, the blood sword, so he went down in a few hits. Oh. So we had a final boss that was too bullshit and a final boss that was pathetic. God, we are not in good spots with the final bosses.
Yay.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 2 is bad. There you go.
Whoop.
You know what's not bad?
What?
Sonic 3.
We finally got there. We can finally talk about it now, Missy.
I I had a lot of fun with the little fake out where you thought I was going to jump into Sonic 3 and I jumped into Sonic 06.
Yeah, that's sort of where I was going for it. It's just like, oh shit, right, we did do the stream stuff.
Yeah.
So, what is this segment?
Welcome to this episode of Melissa Finally Watched a Thing.
Future Chloe,
These two dorks showed me Sonic 06. God damn it.
Yeah, we showed Melissa fucking Sonic 06. Sonic 3, fuck!
Sonic 03.
Sonic 1! Yeah, we watched Sonic 3.
Which is funny because,
good movie.
Like, yeah, it's a good movie. It's also, like, one of the ones where it's just like, oh yeah, I never got to watch this in cinemas, and the one partner I usually go to watch movies with is not interested in it. So, I was originally just gonna watch this on my own, and then Jazzy was just like, y'all wanna watch this together? And I'm just like, oh fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, because I was originally gonna rent it for I was originally just gonna rent it for me to show my partner, who, by the way, Jordy does say hi.
Hi, Jordy.
Hi, Jordy.
And then but then I saw that it was like on the streaming service I was using on the it turned out it cost only a few bucks more just to buy than to rent, and I was like, fuck it, I might as well.
That's so good,
and I know,
honestly.
Mm-hmm. And then I know, Chloe, you had said that you hadn't gotten to see it yet, so then I just typed in the group, hey, I got Sonic 3 for me and my partner to watch, but I want to spread the gift of Sonic 3 everywhere, so...
Spread the good word of Sonic 3.
Yeah. And I'm like, do y'all want to watch it with me? So yeah, how did you enjoy Sonic 3, both of you, now that you've seen it?
So you lied to me.
I did?
Yeah. You said this was going to be a Sonic movie. This was a Dragon Ball movie.
Okay, yeah, fair. No, if I told you it was a Dragon Ball movie, that'd be a spoiler.
This is such... Like, God! The themes of found family are real in this movie. It's freaking incredible. Like, even going so far as to compare that, going so far as the found family beat the biological family.
Fair.
Was provably better than, yes, as you do. Because it's right. You all can applaud now.
I'm applauding. I don't know if you can hear it.
It'll show up on the podcast itself. It probably won't on Discord because Discord is mean.
Discord's spottiness is hilarious.
Yeah, you'll just be able to hear it, but it definitely did peak my microphone at points when it was clapping. I saw the mean little red light appear on my Personas.
The red light telling you to shut the fuck up.
Just a little bit.
Oh, what did you think of it?
As someone who has seen the other two movies and who has played Sonic Adventure 2, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. Like, it's definitely the best of the franchise in the movie format to this point. And if this is where it wraps up in terms of, like, Jim Carrey appearing in the films, I am not at all mad because the send-off he gets in this is just, like, chef's kiss worthy the entire film. And the last, like, 10 minutes... It's the last 10 minutes where he's actually in the film. Absolutely great. And it's just like, if this is his send-off, like, if he's actually done with being in movies now, that is a beautiful way to send off not just the Eggman character, but also Jim Carrey as an actor, period.
Can we also talk about how this movie confirmed Queer Robotnik?
Yes, Queer Robotnik.
Yeah.
And it also confirmed Shadow loves the Latinas.
Yes.
God.
That's one of my favorite lines in the movie. The Gabriella should kill them both. She is not a prize to be won.
Shadow out here respecting women's wrongs as well as women's rights.
Love it.
The funniest thing to me is that in that telenovela they were watching, the twins were played by the bartender from the post-credit scene of Spider-Man No Way Home and by extension Venom 3. So a lot of
You're
people
fucking
joke that
joking.
so people are joking, it's like, oh shit, the bartender from No Way Home is fighting the bartender from Venom 3.
Fuck. God fucking damn it.
Indeed.
No, I thought the... Can we talk about how Keanu Reeves is not only, like, just a spectacular actor, I guess he's, like, also a celebrity actor now, because, like, that is why he was...
I mean,
I don't want to say that's why he was cast as Shadow, but
when
like...
you starred in one of the as the main character in like the biggest sci-fi franchise ever, you are like, at a time you like with the 90s and Matrix, you're kind of a celebrity at that point.
I mean, that's...
He's also a damn good voice actor.
Jazzy, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but that is explicit Bill and Ted erasure.
Oh shit, you're right. Maybe I'm just biased towards my favoritism towards the Matrix because it's a trans allegory. So
yeah, you kind of can't really like be all like, oh yeah, he was a celebrity because of the Matrix. Motherfucker, he was fucking Bill S. Preston Esquire. Before
I'm sorry,
I
never watched Bill and Ted. Okay.
Oh, this is a new one. You haven't watched Bill and Ted?
No.
Missy, have you watched Bill and Ted?
No.
Oh, I know what's gonna be next.
You ask if I've seen something. What do you expect me to answer?
I was gonna say if I haven't seen it, it's more than likely Missy hasn't either.
Listen, I get that that's the whole point of this segment, but I just need confirmation.
You've got it, freely.
Okay, good. So, eventually, I will have to strap you both down and show you all 3 of the Bill and Ted movies.
Fun!
Cool.
But
they are movies that I've wanted to see at some point.
Oh,
but
good.
We're talking about Sonic 3.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, but also, fucking, yeah, Sonic 3 is just, like, great. But also, like, yes, it feels weird to call Keanu Reeves a celebrity actor at this point, given all of his movie history up until this point. But then you remember that on top of Bill and Ted, on top of The Matrix, he's also, like, the head guy behind John Wick. And, like, that's been around for,
which is funny. For a while.
Yeah, and it's just like...
How many John Wicks are we on? 10?
4. And they're all great. They're all fantastic.
4 main movies. There was also that Continental miniseries, and like there's also Ballerina coming out this year.
But it's funny you mentioned John Wick because there was clearly John Wick influence put into Shadow thanks to the casting of Keanu Reeves. So
they gave Shadow a gun.
Shadow's always had a gun.
Yes. Huh?
Shadow's always had gun.
It's just interesting.
Yes, but if they didn't give Shadow gun, then it wouldn't have been Shadow.
Oh yeah, if they didn't give Shadow a gun, it would just be heresy.
The plot of this movie is kind of an amalgamation of both Sonic Adventure 2 and parts of Shadow the Hedgehog, so which is definitely the two best influences to take from when it comes to a movie like this.
Yeah. Introducing Shadow to the Sonic cinematic universe.
But yeah, no, I will, like I said, Keanu was great as Shadow. I think he absolutely nailed a lot of the big character moments for him, honestly. Like, there were bits in this movie I got legit choked up, which I wasn't expecting, so.
Yeah, same.
I will say this, and I feel like you and I can both say this, Jazzy. This is arguably the best use of Maria Robotnik in any sort of media in the Sonic 100%. Franchise.
Because they showed us like they showed us their fucking friendship for once.
Yeah. Most of the time it's just like, oh yes, these two spoke about like humans and everything like that, and then Maria died. No, they actually had, like, proper moments of, like, actually having, like, an actual, like, sibling-esque relationship. And then they fucking twist the knife by just showing you, like, how she died. And for those of you who are wondering, she doesn't get gunned down. It's a lot more hurtful than that this time.
It's a lot more heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, between this and Shadow Generations, they've really been doing a great job in fleshing out Shadow's overall story and the people he holds dearest to him, so.
Very much so.
Quality.
And that's not even like, I love Shadow, he's my favorite part of this movie, but that's not like to say that the other parts of this movie are bad. Everything's great. Like, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are still as great as usual. Idris Elba once again gives me some great laughs as Knuckles.
Oh yeah, like Idris Elba still not beating the allegations that he is like fucking amazing as Canucks.
I still need to watch that TV series. Like, I'm still morbidly curious.
It's definitely worth it for like a once over, especially for some nice little meme-worthy chuckles in there.
I know of the Flames of Disaster meme, but
yeah, that's one of the big reasons why I brought that up during the stream. And also because it's fitting.
Ben Schwartz's Sonic, probably his best performance so far.
All the voice acting spectacular.
Heck, we mentioned Jim Carrey earlier. Like, yeah, he plays Robotnik, but that's not the only character he plays in this movie. We also get some double Jim Carrey action with him playing Gerald Robotnik as well, which was fascinating.
Multi-Robotnik drifting, if you will. I won't, but you do you.
It was kind of a weird thing to see at first, especially since Gerald is played a lot more for laughs than I was expecting in this movie. What he's always been kind of a darker character in the games.
Yeah,
in a far
that was one that I was kind of not exactly all that happy about, to be honest. Mainly due to the fact that I personally like my Gerald Robotnik to be more sadistic and crazy than like comically crazy.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't necessarily mind that they made him a bit more irredeemably evil this time around, because, hey, even in the games, he tried committing a planet-wide genocide, and you know what? In the year of our Lord 2024, more genocidal characters should be made the butt of a joke.
That is true, actually.
More!
Should be proven to be irredeemable and also meet an on-screen comeuppance.
Right, he gets
on-screen demise.
He gets the most hilariously unceremonious death in this movie. I still laugh at his death in this movie because it's so out of nowhere and just nothing.
I appreciate that.
Me too. Like I said, if this were like a decade ago, maybe I'd be a bit more upset. But in recent years, I've kind of been a-okay with characters whose entire plot is genocide just being given the most unceremonious ends.
The character who got the rightfully deserved dramatic end was definitely the correct choice in Ivo.
Yeah, Ivo got a much more fitting end. And like, I feel like this is the best point for them to just say goodbye to this Robotnik and have Stone take the jacket, honestly.
That might be a good idea, honestly.
Like, because here's the thing, they're never sure if Jim Carrey is going to come back for one of these things. So I'm kind of sitting there thinking from a filmmaker's perspective, okay, who should you bring in as the villain? The guy who you're not even sure you're going to be able to get back, or the actor who's always ecstatic to come back for these things?
Yeah, that is very fair to think about.
Lee Majaub, I think his last name is. I apologize sincerely if I butchered that last name. He's always ecstatic to be in one of these things before they even start filming. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Like, he is so happy to be part of this franchise. It's like, let him be the villain. Like, let him take the Robotnik moniker at this point.
Let him be the Eggman.
Yeah. Like, I guarantee you no one would complain if they did that. Because Stone has just proven himself to be a shockingly popular character from these movies.
Yeah. And, like, rightfully so. Like, even as... I would say Stone was very much... as someone who has not seen either of the previous two Sonic movies, Stone really was largely the butt of the joke in Sonic 3, but he was still an incredibly endearing character.
Right. The thing is, I was rewatching the first one the other day, actually, and the thing I found funny is just how understated the relationship between him and Robotnik is, and how just the little bits that were there, fans attached themselves to and made it the gayest shit, and then the filmmakers went the Let There Be Carnage route and just made it gayer.
Yes.
Like, with 2 and 3, like, their relationship is pretty explicitly romantic, at least on Stone's side.
Yeah, it's very much one of those where it very much feels like, oh yeah, it's just like, you could tell that it was read as a breakup at one point in the movie.
Yeah, no, there's dialogue in both this and the second one that is very explicitly romance coded. If not just explicit, he wants him.
Good movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good movie. I was surprised how the humor was done really well.
Oh yeah, this was a funny movie. It probably has one of the franchise's best uses of Knuckles' fear of ghosts I've ever seen. And it's only just for a one-off, like, cutaway gag.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like,
but yeah.
with that end credit scene, oh fucking boy, am I pumped.
Yeah, I'm so hyped.
Cause like,
also Live and Learn is in this movie.
It's and not just like the orchestral version that they used for like the leitmotif and everything like that. Like, they actually put Live and Learn in the film, and I'm like, peak. Yeah, it's peak.
Yeah, we did it. We finally have, like, this movie used a lot of like leitmotifs from the games this time around, more so than the other two movies did. Like, I heard Green Hill in there. I heard Live and Learn plenty of times. During the bit where, after the final battle where they were wrapping up, they sampled the last scene from Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
One of my favorite tracks in the series, by the way.
Yeah, and I thought that there was like, I Am All I Am.
I think it's Junkie XL who does the music for these movies, and he yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he makes good scores. Like, I'm always happy when I see his name on a film, because regardless of the film's quality, I'm gonna get some good music.
Fuck yeah.
That's wild.
It's wild, yeah, but it's also fucking amazing.
The last time I heard the name Junkie XL was on the soundtrack for SSX 3.
Right, I think he goes by his actual name nowadays for, like, film soundtracks, but yeah, it's him.
Okay.
I know him as Junkie XL, so I'm always like...
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, it's funny because, like, he's always been a good composer. His orchestral contributions were, like, one of the few good things I could point to in something like Batman v Superman, so...
Wild. Okay. I have learned a thing today.
You learned Junkie XL was involved in Batman v Superman's soundtrack.
And also
Sonic 3's soundtrack.
It's kind of wild to think that movie is nearly a decade old in a year.
Oh god, it is reaching oh my god, it's been a decade since Martha.
It's almost been a decade since the fucking Snyder discourse began.
Oh my god, look, I don't hate Zack Snyder by any means. He's made movies I've enjoyed. He's also made plenty of movies I don't really like. But
Yeah.
like, the fucking cult around this guy, which even the man himself seems to want nothing to do with. It's insane to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's also just like casually reminding you of the passage of time that continues to happen.
Indeed. It's like, God, the Snyder discourse really is 10 years. God damn. Oh.
The Snyder
And it
discourse hasn't stopped.
It hasn't ended. People are still bitching that James Gunn is doing DC stuff, even though, like, he and Snyder are friends. Leave him alone.
Yeah, as it turns out, your favorite director and your most hated director, they talk to each other, and
They work together on a movie.
Yeah, and
Like,
but
Snyder.
people love to make this whole like idea that that their favorite director and their least favorite director actually secretly hate each other, when in reality, a lot of the people that you try to pit against each other like that, they actually talk to each other, they actually like each other, and they don't really give a shit that you're just like, oh yeah, they're so great, but this person is so shit and woke, actually. Nobody gives a shit.
It's just funny to me because there's so many posts that suggest to me like that Zack Snyder wants nothing to do with this absolutely cultish fandom he has. Like, if it can help influence studios to get a movie of his made, sure, why not? But and in fairness, if I were in his position, I wouldn't object if they helped me to get a movie made. Like,
For real.
I choose my but that's more money for me. But like, it's like, no, like I think the funniest thing to me is like, when I think it was during a stream that took place on one of those anti-woke channels, like, that they were doing before the Snyder Cut of Justice League came out, and then, like, an absolute Chad, like, after they spent a while bitching about movies with Asian leads, Zach says, oh, here's a fundraiser for like folks struggling in, I forget what was going on at the time, but like there's an Asian country struggling here. Here's a fundraiser I'm promoting to help them. And like no one in the stream was expecting it and like just didn't know what to say because they just spent the last like few minutes ragging on Asian people. So
I mean, good job using the soapbox that you were given, you know?
right, like, good for him using that to turn this horrid negative into slightly positive. But, like, then there was the fact that, people were bitching about Blue Beetle coming out, and then he fucking comes in doing a post going, hey, Blue Beetle looks cool. I want to see.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I said,
I don't know.
I
don't know. He just seems like a dude. He's just a dude. Like,
yeah, he's just a dude.
He's just a dude.
Directors are just dudes sometimes.
right, he's not like some holier-than-thou filmmaker who has made cinema, who has revolutionized cinema in everything he's made. He just makes movies he wants to make. Some are fun, some are bad, but he just wants to make what he wants to make, and I kind of respect that, so.
Yeah.
Like, I may not like the man's work nowadays, but I can respect the fact that he seems like somewhat of a decent human being at times.
Yeah, like, every interview I've seen of him, he seems alright. I'm not gonna put him on a soapbox at all. Like, I'm not gonna put him on this pedestal of, like, filmmakers, because honestly, I've long stopped hero worshipping any public figure just on the basis of way too many have disappointed me.
Yeah, we've documented that more than enough doing this, I feel.
Hmm. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's so bizarre that out of all the filmmakers you could, like, form this kind of cult-like fandom around, it's this guy who just kind of makes whatever movies.
Yeah, and it's also one of those things where it's just like, I mean, he makes a good few movies every so often, but, has he really done anything all that great lately?
I didn't bother watching Rebel Moon, but I haven't heard the best things about either cut, so...
Nope. And look, I'm just gonna say this. For anyone who's trying to be all like, oh yeah, like the DCU under Snyder could have been saved with like everyone getting a director's cut. Honey, there was no way your fucking Suicide Squad was ever gonna get saved.
There was way too many problems with that DC universe than just Snyder made some bad films. But on the topic of that, I liked his cut of Justice League.
Yeah.
Like for its faults, I thought it was a very enjoyable movie. So I don't hate everything this made.
It had no business being 4 hours.
Oh no, it needed to be trimmed 100%, but it was good. And I could even point to specific scenes that could have been trimmed and should have been trimmed. Or if not, just eliminated entirely, and it would have made a much better experience. But as an assembly cut, it's very fun, so...
Yeah.
Sucker Punch is a guilty pleasure of mine, and I like the fun little I like the cool, dark, edgy owl movie he made years ago. So I like some things he's made, but I don't like most of it.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I guess talking about other stuff that isn't movies, I finally got back into video making, and I released my first video of the year as we're recording this yesterday.
We're recording this yesterday?
We're recording this on the 23rd, but I released the video yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, technically you're recording it in my yesterday, but whatever. And let me tell you what, still feels weird that I only took like a month less of a break than I usually do, but coming back to do it, felt good.
Good.
Good stuff. On my end, I'm a casting director now, so...
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
you are.
I am fucking so excited for you, because like, holy shit, girl, you've been doing so much good work.
I'm casting more trans people and stuff because we cast a trans woman as Knife and II, so...
Let's fucking go!
Yeah. I don't know if either of you talked to Liv Smith much, but
I do, yeah.
she voices Knife, so...
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, no, I am so happy. And I'm ecstatic to see how this, obviously, I may complain about how many people seem to just only know me for II and want me to talk about II stuff, but the series still means a lot to me,
Yeah.
And I'm always happy to help, help it continue forward strong and sturdy. And if I can do more than just voice acting and can help in a behind the scenes sense, I'm fucking up for that any day. So
Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah, and with you being a casting director, it's knowing that I'm on your list feels really nice, because every so often I'll get something from you and it's just oh, nice, it's good to be thought of like that.
Yeah, I'm always, like I said, it's so interesting, because while the circumstances that led to me getting this job weren't ideal, and unfortunately I can't really go into detail as to what happened, I'm still happy I was able to take this opportunity and do some good with it, because
just because you wound up in this position, you're gonna make the best of it. Yeah.
But it's crazy, and I'm absolutely excited to do more casting for the series once they need more folks. So
yeah,
honestly, I so look forward to seeing where you go from here.
It's gonna be so good.
And I celebrated my first big paycheck from that job on a PS2 for myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Saw that yesterday in the chat, and still looking at that, I'm just thinking to myself, holy shit, that's a really good looking PS2 in the year of our Lord 2025.
Yeah, no, we saw it in a store yesterday, and it was in such great condition. it was in such great condition for like only like around like $150, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm getting
No
that."
fucking way.
Yeah, like it was 150 for like the whole thing. I needed to pay separately for a memory card and of course the game, but
Yeah.
it still came with like the controller and all the cords I needed. I did need to get a an HDMI adapter for it for myself just because the image was blurry as shit using composite cables on a flat screen TV, but
Yeah,
that did not.
Sure.
that's the thing. Composite cables will look fucky as hell on like modern
Mhm.
TVs. Those only look good on CRTs. So like
Right.
definitely it's why I have had to invest in a lot of HDMI upscalers for all of my retro consoles.
Thankfully for PS2, you don't really need anything too fancy. I just got like a cord that adapts that's just a basic adapter and it looks great. So it's not
Yep.
like the GameCube where you need a lot more in order to get a decent upscale on that fucking thing.
Oh yeah. It's just like you gotta buy an adapter. You gotta make sure that it's got power to it, and you gotta make sure that it all
And yeah, you like for GameCube, you have to get like an expensive adapter in order for the upscale to look anywhere approaching good. So
Oh yeah, God.
with PS2, a basic one did the trick. So,
Yeah. And like
but yeah.
amazingly, the picture quality looks fucking great.
Oh yeah, no, I got the adapter. It got delivered today, and I played a bit of FF10, and yeah, it looks comparable to the HD version of the game, if not better, because the character models don't look dull as shit. So,
Nice. Nice.
but yeah, no, I'm excited to collect for that thing, especially since collecting PS2 games is not nearly as big an investment as the fucking GameCube. So,
Yeah. I've sort of been looking into that myself because I'm still looking into getting into streaming, which um given the fact this is probably going to happen like before the next podcast comes out, first stream is going to be on the I would on the 12th. Actually, wait, no, on the 10th of April in the US. So the 11th of April my time.
hooray!
So that's in like 2 weeks on Friday my time.
Finally.
Excited for you.
Yeah, and I'm doing Deadly Premonition.
Ooh, good choice.
Yeah, because like a friend of
Nice.
mine was just like, "Hey, I'm letting go of a lot of my old retro games, and one of those was Deadly Premonition 1 for the PS3, and I was like, oh hell yeah, I've always wanted to play this. Let's give it a go." And especially because like I've been rewatching Twin Peaks as well, and I'm just like, oh, I'm down for this sort of vibe.
Hmm.
So like, yeah, that might be good for a couple streams. I'm hoping to do it around about the 10th. Still figuring out a time to make sure that it fits between a good like selection between like the Australian audience and also like the US audience, because turns out a lot of my audience is in the US.
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah, and still trying to
It's me. I'm audience.
well, you might, depending on availability, might also potentially be involved in that as well. Again, who can say, really?
It's me. I'm potentially involved.
But yeah, that is going down in a couple weeks, and I'm really excited for that. So, like, yay.
Good. Finally.
Speaking of
Heck
returning
yeah.
to streams, you're finally returning to streams, like, tomorrow, which by the time this podcast goes out will have already happened.
Yeah, I'm getting things back in order for streaming, so.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Thank God.
I never stopped.
Yeah, if anything, you recently had your celebratory birthday karaoke stream.
I did. I had a birthday this week.
Oh,
Yeah,
happy
birthday!
Thank you. Yeah, so this past Wednesday was my second annual birthday karaoke stream where I had 11 songs planned. I wound up performing 12. But yeah, it was a good time. I got to I got to finally sing Unravel live.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Take it fully seriously. Because over the past year, I successfully met my self-imposed challenge of learning how to metal growl without injuring myself.
Nice.
Yay!
Yeah. And I think this Wednesday I'm gonna start streaming Kingdom Hearts.
Aha!
let's
Welcome to the
go.
club.
Finally,
Welcome to the club.
It's about time. How long has she been streaming? Checks notes. 4 years.
That is something I think I might have to do eventually, but I'm gonna do fucking proud or critical mode when I do mine.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm doing proud mode.
Oh fuck yeah, let's go!
I'm playing through at the very least KH1 proud mode, KH2 proud mode. I think I'll be doing KH3 proud mode. We'll see about Chain of Memories, because to this day that is the one game that I have owned that I have never played.
I see.
Oh.
I
I
did.
don't like that one.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I think you have made that very clear in the past. Especially on the stream. Both of them even, where you played Chain of Memories.
I don't know. I'm a Magic the Gathering player. I've been playing Magic the Gathering for like, I want to say 14, 15 years. So like, no matter, it does not depend, it doesn't matter how shallow the quote-unquote card-based combat system will be in Chain of Memories. I'm going to approach it like a card game.
Fair enough.
Complete with like structuring my deck in like very deliberate patterns.
That is actually a very good way of handling Chain of Memories, to be honest. Just treat it like a trading card game.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
We will absolutely see. But yeah, I really look forward to playing through KH1 properly, because the last time that I played on proud mode, it was a proud mode run. Ursula 2 freaking raffle stomped me and tilted me so hard that I just put down the game and didn't pick it up again.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is valid.
God. Ursula 2. All right. I'm going to try to deliver this. I'm going to try to deliver why I hate Ursula 2 in like 2 minutes or less.
Fair.
Ursula 2 is the most punishing setup to a boss fight, because the nearest save room is freaking 2 areas. You have to cross through 2 areas to get to the boss arena. One of them involves enemies, so you can't stock up on items and then run straight into the boss arena without your party members possibly using the items that you use, using the items that you stock for them. And then you have to go through the freaking sideways, it's raining sideways hall of doom that could just sweep you right back out into another area, where if you don't get through that, you have to fully reload the save.
Jesus. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then the fight itself is fucking nonsense.
Oh yeah, I raged during Ursula 2 during my stream of it, so
Yeah, I think
I successfully did it in less than 2 minutes.
I think I distinctly recall that and just being all like, "Oh yeah, that was fun."
fuck
Yeah.
that fight.
But we'll see. We'll see if I can get it.
Can't wait
this time.
to see you play Proud Mode regardless, Missy. It's gonna be so great.
I'm really good at Kingdom Hearts. I'm not afraid to say that anymore.
I'm good at it
I was
too.
I was the first person in my family to beat KH2 Final Mix Roxas first try.
Nice.
Oh, also
And I didn't even cheese him. I have that under my belt.
Also, I just realized because I have a PS2 in the house, I can also collect PS1 games as well again. So.
Yeah,
Yes!
that's so great. And also, like, you can totally mod that PS2 to be able to play region-free, like, different region PS1 games as well.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier than you think it would be. It's, like, really good.
Huh.
The power.
Yeah, it's how I'm able to, like, import, like, US PS1 games and, like, find them at retro stores and play them on my PS2. Because it's just like, oh, hell yeah, you mean to tell me that you're selling this, like, $100 PS1 game for, like, half the cost because it's a US copy? Give me that shit.
Hell yeah. But we've been going for well over an hour.
Yeah, it's well over an hour in terms of doing it, so,
there was a lot that we had to talk about
yeah,
since.
Yeah,
you know.
Jordy, if you're listening to this right now, we did a pretty good job of talking about it, and we did it all under 2 hours, actually. Well, even under an hour and a half, so, challenge beaten, baby.
Good job, everyone. Good job, everyone. Good job, everyone.
Anything
Yeah.
What are you up
else?
to?
Yeah.
Mostly just doing my work from home. Other than that, just chilling.
Hell yeah.
Missy,
Chloe?
what you doing?
Fuck! I already talked about what I'm doing. I'm streaming. I am VTuber. I am VTuber at twitch.tv/Ozcyphera, OZCYPHARA. I recently, started uploading my full VODs to a dedicated, VOD archive channel
Drop
on
that
YouTube
link.
as well.
Drop that link.
Do it.
You go on and do thing while I find link.
Okay, new video came out yesterday as of recording this. It's most likely already up before this one, so if you're interested in me talking about, like, fucking, fashion dolls from the YouTube, from, like, 2.5 decades ago, go and watch that last in transition video. I'm working on doing streams, and I am also working on doing my anime, more dedicated anime talk videos for this year, and I'm really excited to talk about it because being able to be all like, hey, here's some older anime for you fucking newbies to watch. This is what it's relating to if you like this more newer anime. That's sort of the vibe I'm going for, because I really wanted to do that this past year, and I'm really excited to do that.
Hell yeah.
Please tell me you found the link. All right, yep. I will drop the link to that in the description below. Y'all fucking, if you've ever wanted to check out Missy's VTuber VODs, check that out, because it's good. It's good stuff. I think that's it.
Oh yeah.
I think that's it, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. For me,
Thank you all so much for listening. I've been Melissa.
I've
These
been
have been my
Chloe.
co-hosts.
I've been Jazzy.
Bitch, who are you calling co-host?
This is my ship now.
Don't you fucking do this to me. We'll settle this. We are gonna settle this off recording. We will catch you later. Hopefully there will actually be 3 of us next month.
All right.
Bye!